Hey guys, Dan Senadoza here with Baltimore Kettlebell Club, and this is the second installment in how to strengthen your grip. You know, I shot that first video and I immediately thought like, man, there's so many other things that we can do to strengthen our grip than these 3 exercises that I showed in that video, which by the way, if you haven't seen, you should definitely go and check that out because I still believe that those 3 things that I talked about in the first video are the most important things to start with. But that doesn't make these things that I'm going to show you here in this video any less important. Okay, there's many different aspects of hand strength, be it, you know, crushing grip, supporting strength, thumb strength, wrist strength, individual finger strength. So there's a lot of facets of grip training and different ways to strengthen your grip. So anyway, so here's 3 more things that you could do to strengthen your grip. First, wrist flexion and extension, otherwise known as wrist curls. Most everybody's got access to a barbell. Simply load it up, sit on a bench, have your forearms laid flat out on your legs, keep your elbows down, and you're just going to do wrist curls here. All right, you want your forearms about parallel to the ground, okay? And you're going to do these wrist curls or wrist flexion. You can start with your average, you know, your generic 3 sets of 10, and depending on if you're going for, you know, hypertrophy or more max strength, you increase the weight or increase the number of reps. Now, did wrist curls, we're going to do reverse curls as well. If you're going to train flexion, you should train extension as well. I might even argue that wrist extension is even more important, or at least just as important as wrist flexion. Even though it seems like you might flex more than you extend, the extensors are heavily engaged in a lot of gripping exercises to keep your wrist straight so it doesn't pull forward. Now, you can do wrist extension exercises with the barbell, but I have an implement here specific for that. This is called the Formulator. It's not made anymore, I don't believe, but I'm sure you can find something similar. But basically what this does is this takes the grip out of the picture. So now I can just focus on the wrists, okay? And I'm gonna do reverse wrist curls here. Okay, so wrist strength, hugely important in your grip strength. You gotta have strong wrists to hold that wrist straight if you wanna be able to crush. Okay, next thing, turn you over here. Let's talk about supporting strength first. All right, here I have a pair of farmer's handles. Okay, very simple to train your supporting strength. Just come in here and hold as long as you can. Supporting strength is, again, a huge part of your grip strength. The longer you can hold on to something, the stronger your grip's going to be, and vice versa. So definitely train the supporting strength. You want to use something like farmer's handles like that, where the handle is offset from the center of the mass, because if you used, say, a dumbbell, the weight is going to try to roll out of your thumb side. Okay, that weight is just, it's going to twist right out of your hand. You can do it, it's just not going to be as effective. You're not going to be able to use as much weight or hold as long. Same thing with hanging from a pull-up bar. Okay, you can hang from a pull-up bar, and yes, that will train your supporting grip, but you're going to be able to hold more and hold for longer if the weight is by your sides rather than if you're hanging from a bar. So get yourself a pair of farmer's handles, or you can use some heavy kettlebells. Kettlebell farmer's walk is a great exercise to develop your supporting grip strength. Finally, we're going to talk about some leverage work. All right, here I have got a sledgehammer. There's a bunch of different things you can do with this. All right, including ulna and radial deviation, all right, twisting. But more often than not, you will see people use hammers for leverage work, like so. Okay? Actually, I made a flub. That is your ulna and radial deviation. This would be supination, and pronation. No, sorry. Pronation, supination. You can remember that by sup. This is supination when you're putting your hands like that, palms up. Pronation is going this way. So you could do all of those with a single sledgehammer. You can make it more or less difficult by how close to the head you grab. All right, this is not very difficult. Slide the hand down, and that's going to get harder. All right, the same thing with your leverage work. Going here like this, having the hand all the way down is going to be a lot harder. It's going to put a lot more torque on the wrist. So leverage work with a sledge. You could also use a bar or even just a staff. If the staff is long enough, even a wooden staff, you'll be able to leverage that and train your wrist. So there's 3 more things you can do to strengthen your grip: wrist curls and reverse wrist curls, flexion and extension. You got supporting strength via farmer's hold or farmer's walk. And then finally, you've got leverage work with a sledgehammer, also going to target the wrists. Okay? That's it. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.